Celtic world has more than its share of the supernatural, legends, and myth, which sometimes cross the line into reality. I tell those tales here on Dark Celtic History. The White Lady of Castleknock. The sites on which the remains of Ireland's many medieval strongholds can be seen today are often built on the location of former forts or castles. Sometimes the existence of these former fortresses are only remembered in local folklore. Some excavations have given substance to this knowledge, when it is revealed that later castles are built on previous Iron and Bronze Age forts. Historians and archaeologists would be wise to listen carefully to the oral traditions and stories handed down from generation to generation, because within these tales and legends, embellished over the years, is often more than a grain of truth. One such place is Castleknock Castle in Ireland, a Norman castle, the ruins of which are in the grounds of St. Vincent's College, to the west of the city of Dublin. Built towards the end of the 12th century on a mound which is said to have formerly been the site of an ancient royal residence, as well as an ancient druid burial mound. Within the grounds is another mound erected in the 18th century. This mound was traditionally been said to be the burial place of Cumhal, father of Fionn Mac Cumhail. The old legends surrounding Castleknock and the hill on which the remains of the castle now stand were bolstered during the excavations in 1861. Workmen accidentally uncovered a pagan grave called a cromlech. When digging within the castle, the description of the cromlech fits with the burial place of people of importance, possibly druids from ancient times. The workmen uncovered but irresponsibly broke open a large flat stone. Detaching a portion, they revealed a grave with a human skeleton beneath. The head and larger bones were said to be in good condition, alongside small heaps of dry, white dust and strange symbols engraved all around. The men had no expertise or understanding of the dire historical nature of their discovery and placed the bones to the side, and showing that they had no respect for it. It was not till the grave was filled up that the archaeological importance of the site was finally understood, and by which time it was too late. The damage had already been done. One of the workmen became violent and rambled on to a local priest before taking his own life. Now this is the unknown part of the story of the White Lady of Castleknock. Legend has it that this ghost has nothing to do with the ancient remains found in the cromlech. They go way out of their way to let you know that bit of information. That is only to do with the later story of the suicide of Eileen O'Brien, but they are wrong. The incident is said to have happened in the 14th century, when a villain thought to be John Tyrrell, brother of Richard Tyrrell, the 6th Baron, he committed a ghastly deed. John was known for being a violent and unpleasant man, and when the Baron was away, he would terrorize the neighboring families, and despite attempts to bring him to account for his actions, he would continue to do his evil. Unbeknownst to the Baron, though, John Tyrrell had discovered a burial mound, the very same burial mound, and was possessed by a malevolent spirit of a pagan druid from the cromlech. He had a reign of terror, but then there was one final incident of Tyrrell's which involved O'Brien, a Wicklow chief, who lived south of Chapelizod near Ballyfermot Hill. John Tyrrell abducted the chief's beautiful daughter, Evelyn O'Brien, and imprisoned her in Castleknock Castle. God only knows what for. So, in the dead of night, hearing his footsteps approaching the room in which she was confined, she feared the worst: rape, torture, maybe even murder. And to avoid this fate, she ripped off her breastpin and plunged it into her heart and bled to death. She chose to take her own life rather than be defiled by such an evil man. In the meantime, her father had gathered his friends and followers and began attacking the castle in an attempt to free his daughter. In the ensuing battle, John Tyrrell was slain fighting, but they were too late to save his poor daughter. The story of her death was told from generation to generation. It was popular belief that at midnight, the ghostly figure of Eileen, robed in white, could be seen moving around the castle walls and wailing in her sorrow about her untimely end. She's known as the White Lady of Castleknock. Now, an Irish national weekly newspaper published a poem, an anonymous poem, in the 19th century, and it goes, "When distant chimes sound midnight hour, the spirit pure is seen, and moving round the lonely tower, looks bright as moonlight beam. And as the moonbeams tint the walls, and light the turret's crest, 'twas hence, she said, my spirit fled, 'tis here my bones find rest. And here I wander year by year, for such my lot has been, but soon at end my penance drear, I'll rest in joy unseen."